Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to do angel number 1010. So this is going to go over my personal experience and kind of what I've learned from that angel number 1010. All right, so 1010. Boy, this is a great number. When you see 1010, you should know that this is such a great sign. It's a way of encouraging you to step outside of that comfort zone. What do I mean by this? So, not everybody, but people have a tendency to kind of do something that is very routine and they don't change things up. Or, like they're cooped up inside like a hermit, right? Think about it as like a crab. Like if you are a homebody and you are staying inside, right? There was a lot of people that were staying inside because of COVID. I completely understand that. And, this is just an indication that's saying like, hey, like you need to step outside of your comfort zone. You need to do things that you're fearful of, but it's okay because this is going to be such an area of growth for you. And this also, I feel, has to deal with your north node. If you guys know what your north node is, or if you don't, it's basically what your soul truly desires in this lifetime. So you have like your north node, and then you also have your south node. And so your north node is what scares you the most, but that's truly what's going to give you that fulfillment. So how I like to see it is the 1010 is basically like, all right, so this is part of your step of stepping into your north node. Like I was scared, for instance, my example, I was scared of leaving my house for the longest time. I always told myself, and this was during the pandemic, I always told myself, I said, you know what, like, I feel like I shouldn't be afraid. And then also seeing that angel number 33, if you watched my last video, I always had this indication, and I'm like, no, like, I don't need to be afraid. It's fine. So I was still staying at home a lot. And the funny story is that when I was at my apartment, I actually had my air shut off. And if you guys know, or if you live in the desert, you know how hot it can get in the summer. It was like 100 and something degree temperature. I'm not kidding. And so, like during this time, I was really working on my self-development. I was working on, my affirmations and gratitude and all of that, right? So I saw progress and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like I was working with my mom and we were just super excited because, the simplicity of incorporating gratitude into your everyday life, it was amazing. Really, really, really amazing. Reflecting every single day on, at least 3 positive outcomes that you had versus that whole day. Like, okay, like you might have had a bad day, but there were 3 things that happened that were good, right? So anyway, I was doing that still, and our air shut off for like a week. It was shut off for a week, and then we weren't able to get anybody to go and fix it. And then when we did get somebody, they were very pessimistic, and they're like, this is going to take a long time. We don't know how long it's going to take. And so I was so frustrated. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like I'm doing everything right. Like, why is this happening? So I got in my car and I started contemplating about everything, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is a way of me being forced out of my house. Like, I'm literally getting forced out of my house because I can't stay there because it's too hot, right? And as I was thinking that, I kid you not, my mom called right after I had this aha moment. And she's like, Katie, I think he's gonna be able to fix it. He just called me. And I'm like, wait a second. This is too weird. But cool. So I got back to my apartment, and the guy was able to fix it. He's like, yeah, I can try this, out of box thinking, and it actually worked. But I'm like, if only I knew the lesson, right? And it made me laugh because, it was so simple to just know that I just needed to get out there. I needed to not be scared of leaving my home and go adventure, and meet new people. And I've been forming all these great connections, whether I go to the park or if I go to the beach. Just so many great connections. And this also, I feel, has to tie into my North Node being in Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius is an explorer. They want to explore everything, and they want to dive deep into things. And they're super creative. They're super optimistic. So yeah, I was just in so much shock, but I was laughing about it the entire time. So my point is, if you see angel number 1010, it's so cool. It just means that, we are giving you the push. We want you to go out there. We want you to step outside of your comfort zone. That's how you're gonna grow. That's how you're gonna learn. If you make a mistake, it's okay, because we've got you. And that was my experience. So if that resonates with you, that is awesome. If you have your own experience as well, maybe you'll go ahead and share that. And I will definitely be back with more angel numbers, and possibly